somebody could have came up to me and been like, your baby daddy cheating on you. And I'd have told them folks, get the fuck out of my face. Because I just knew they was lying. So basically, when I found this out, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, God basically threw this in my face. And I mean threw this in my face. So I kid y'all not, I had already kind of like peeped game that he wasn't really invested in me no more, or he was just kind of like not feeling me no more, because he was just, at first he could not be around me, and then he just started like literally not being around me almost at all. So the day that I found this out, y'all, I kid y'all not, I was scrolling Facebook, and this was literally the first thing that I saw when I opened my app. I'm talking like the first thing I saw. So as y'all can clearly see, he's allowed her to think that it's okay for her to be hugged up on my baby as if she's had my child. Like, we're not in the middle of COVID. And I really do mean hugged up on my child like he came out of her. Because that's what he got her thinking it's okay to do. So I had one of my ex-girlfriends text her because I didn't want her to lie to me if I texted her. So this is what she said, right? So I peeped already that he was not being faithful to me. But this right here was definitely the icing on the cake to let me know that we're done. Like, we're done. So I saw that, right? And as y'all saw from the text, she said they've been talking for 4 months. At the time, our baby is only 3 months at the time. He just turned 4 months. Matter of fact, he'll be 4 months on the 15th of this month. So I see that, and that lets me know, oh, you've been cheating on me ever since I was pregnant. And this made me very mad. And it didn't make me mad even because you cheated on me. Like, I didn't care. I had already peeped that you weren't feeling me and whatever, and nothing like that. It made me mad because you lied about where our child was on multiple occasions. You put his life in danger on multiple occasions because he don't even have all his shots, and you had him around people who are not vaccinated, like we're not in the middle of a global pandemic. So after he talks to me or whatever, and you talking about, how he don't want to be that guy, and he's sorry to say, like, I didn't care about none of that. Told him we was done. It is what it is. So she texted me after that, which I don't know why. I really don't know why. She was just texting me to be extra. But she texted me and she was letting me know, like, all the dirty stuff he did. Like, this man cheated on me, like, the day I had the baby. I kid you not. He cheated on me the day I had the baby.
Okay, let me tell you why I'm cutting this guy I've been talking to off. So, I'm a woman that has her own place. I'm coming home late. I said, hey, baby, can you stay on the phone with me at least until I make it in the house? He's like, yeah, I got you. Okay. Tell me why. I'm like parking. I'm not even taking long. And he's like being aggravated. I said, am I taking too long? He said, yeah. I said, okay, do you want me to just hang up? And he was like, yeah. So you can't even make sure I get in the house? Bro, you're cut.
If he wanted to, he would. Hear me out. I went on a date with a guy last week, and it was a good date. We had a fun time together. He's a big-time lawyer. He owns 3 to 4 cars. He's doing really well in life. You guys know I'm a model. I'm new to the city. Transplant. Don't even have a car yet. Like, still building up my life out here. Regardless, I expect my date to either pick me up or Uber me to the date. That is just my standard. The first date, he was a perfect gentleman. He picked me up and everything. He calls me today for a second date. He wants to go golfing. I said, great. What time are you picking me up? He's like, well, it's out of the way to pick you up. I just recommend you Uber to me and then we can go on our date. And then I wasn't sure if he meant me Uber myself or him Uber me. So I hung up and I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm excited for Saturday, but just to clarify. He calls me up and he's like, can you clarify your text message? And I said, I was wondering what you meant by the Uber. Were you going to call me an Uber or did you want me to call an Uber for myself? And he said, I recommend you call an Uber for yourself. And I said, oh, well, since this is a date, I prefer you to Uber me or you can pick me up. And he's like, oh, well, I think you could just do it yourself. And my thing is, yes, I can do it myself, but you're asking me on a date. I expect to be taken care of. Pick me up or call me an Uber. The notion that it's too far or too out of the way for the date, it's an inconvenience for me because now I have to pay for part of this date. I have a problem with that. And when I think about it, you guys, like some women, my sister, for example, she won't even pay for an ice cream at the end of the date. And she's been dating her guy for a couple years now, but even the first few months of their dating, she refused to pay for anything. She didn't pay for anything. He was like, "Can't you just pay for an ice cream after dinner?" And she's like, "No." And guess what? She moves in with this man. They've been together for 3 years, about to get married. He picked that girl. He didn't pick the girl that was like trying to be nice and pay for her own Uber and pay for her own meal. No, he picked the girl that refused to pay for shit, refused to pay for anything for his ass, and he is in love. He's about to put a ring on it. He pays all the bills. They live together. He pays for everything. And yet, when they first started dating, he tried to play her. He was like, "Oh, can you just pay for this?" No, I'm not paying for anything. Take it or leave it. He took it. So if he wanted to, ladies, he would. Okay, keep your standards high. That's all I gotta say.
So we had a relationship for, we were together like all together 7 years. We started dating in high school. We were both in the church, so we waited to have sex till marriage. So we got engaged like December 2016, got married February 2017, because you're young, you're excited to have sex, like you love, you're Christian, so you don't have sex till marriage. That's what I believed at the time. So, we had a beautiful wedding. Before we got married, I knew he watched porn, but I didn't know, like, the severity of it. So let me continue, and I'll tell you more about that. Trust me, I want to stay. So anyways, we got married. It was a beautiful day, and then we drove 3 hours. We just stayed, like, a couple hours away for a weekend for our honeymoon. And we went to this really nice, it's called the Anniversary Inn. We stayed there, and the room was, like, a themed room. It was super nice. It was a lot of money. And, of course, you're, like, excited to have sex. You're nervous or whatever. So we started, like, doing whatever, and he just wouldn't have sex with me. And his reasoning was, "I want to protect you from me." So, yeah, he just lay there and basically wouldn't have sex with me on our wedding night. And later on to find out he was a closeted severe porn addict. It was like heroin to him. It was like meth. It wasn't like, let me just, whatever. He literally got fired from his job. He was watching porn on his boss's computer when she was gone in her office. So this man is literally like jacking off at work when no one's there. He lost his family, obviously, over it. We did foster care at the time, and he couldn't even see our foster kids anymore without supervision. He had to, like, live with his mom. This man was literally so addicted to porn, so we had, like, internet blockers per our, like, pastor's recommendation to block him from watching porn. He would always find a loophole. He would paste links in, like, Google Docs. He'd go to Twitter, and my favorite one is he would take pen and paper into the bathroom and draw tits and jack off because he was severely addicted to porn. And it wasn't because he wasn't getting sex from his wife or anything. So yeah, he's claims to be like this super, super religious, like perfect person, and I'm the one. Anyways, I can do more stories on like divorce if you guys want, but yeah, that's kind of the synopsis of being married to a severe closeted porn addict.